Hey, it's David Thomas back at it again with our Wednesday devotion. So I hope you're having a great week so far. And as always, I hope you're getting value out of these devotions that I do every Wednesday, right around 11 a.m. Eastern. And just sharing a little bit from my heart. They're short and sweet, and hope that speaks to you and helps you in your Christian walk. So today we're going to be talking about the phone or the throne. All right. And I'll explain kind of what I mean by that is in times of trouble, do you turn to God first, or do you turn to the phone to try to solve it on your own, or complain about it, or gossip about it, or try to do something in your own power? Or do you lay it at the foot of the cross, take it to God, and say, "This is yours. This is yours. This is your battle that you're going to have to fight for me." All right. So let's talk a little bit about Jehoshaphat. It's a fun name to say, but really, Jehoshaphat has always been an encouragement for me. And one of the reasons that is because if you're not familiar with Jehoshaphat, you'll find him in Second Chronicles. Um, he was the king. All right, and he was in no way perfect. He actually made an unholy alliance that almost cost him his life. But one thing that I've always found comfort with Jehoshaphat, and I'll tell you a little bit about the story here in a little bit, was even though he was not perfect, and even though he messed up, God took care of him. He showed mercy on him and the people and came through. And one thing that we have to remember, and it's just such a powerful verse. I'm just going to read it for you. I have it pulled up. I want to read it word for word because it's so powerful. It's Second Chronicles 20:15. All right, and he said, and he's talking about a man who of God who had the Spirit of God had come on him, and he was speaking these things to the King Jehoshaphat. He said, "Listen, King Jehoshaphat, and all who live in Judah and Jerusalem. This is what the Lord says to you. Do not be afraid or discouraged because of this vast army, for the battle is not yours, but God's." How powerful is that? The battle is not yours, but God's. How good would it do us to remember that in our day to day lives? We get hit from all sides all the time. I know we do. I do. I know you do as well. I mean, life is constantly throwing things at us. And so, what do you do when you run into trouble or trouble finds you? Do you immediately try to solve it in your own power? Are you calling, trying to wheeling and dealing, so to speak? Or do you turn to prayer and you let God fight the battle? Because the battle is not yours, but God's. Now, in Second Chronicles and Jehoshaphat, there was a vast army that was coming against them, and it looked like all was lost. But what did Jehoshaphat do? And the people of Judah, him, the king, and the people of Judah, they came together to seek help from the Lord. And this is what saved their lives and saved their land. And not only did they win that battle, but there was so much, bounty left from that it took 3 days for them to collect. So not only did God forgive his blunder, but he also blessed him and the people in incredible ways. Because why? They turned to God. They let God fight the battle for them, and they trusted that God would come through. God is never afraid of your requests. I promise you, there's nothing that you can bring to him that he's like, "Oh, can't do that. Wow, you're going to have to figure that one out on your own." Sorry about it. Right? That's not it. He wants you to bring it to him. It's his battle. To him be the glory. He will fight that for you. And I promise you, he's the one you won't fight in your battles. If you try to do anything in your own power, usually ends in failure. God is where the power comes from, and he's the one that's going to win against whatever your vast army is. Is it finances? Is it sickness? Is it loss? Is it relationships? Is it career? Whatever your vast army that you feel right now is you breathing down your neck, that you don't know what to do, are you turning it over to God to let him fight that battle for you so he can bless you in incredible ways? And guess what? The people of Judah, Jehoshaphat, they also learned an incredible lesson through that entire experience that obviously they never forgot. So I hope you get value out of this. I hope that you turn to God first. Remember, pray that every day. God, remind me today, no matter what happens, to turn to you first and lay it at your feet. All right. So I love and appreciate you all. Thanks again for watching. As always, hope you're getting value. God bless you, and we'll see you back next week. Take care. Bye.